What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video, I'm going to be making doing something that I actually think could be really interesting. And in this video, I'm going to be doing the best Ruby team. Well, playing with the best Ruby team and also the worst pink diamond squad that you can possibly make, and comparing the two of them and comparing which, and kind of like saying which is better, whether it's better to get the best Ruby players or the worst pink diamonds, and how close it is if it is close. And I'm going to be comparing them in 5 categories. So there's going to be shooting, there's going to be team offense, defense, rebounding, and the last one is just star players, who has the better, because every now and again, you know, in 2K, whoever just has the better 1 or 2 players can dominate with those players. But yeah, so now we're going to go on to the squads I used. So to make things easier, I used 1 person per position, and they had to be that position on card. So I'm not, for example, I could have made a much worse pink diamond team using 5 centers. So it's the worst, 2 worst point guards, 2 worst 2 guards, 2 worst small forwards, 2 worst power forwards, 2 worst centers. And this is the pink diamond squad we managed to make. So I had Rajon Rondo and Jason Kidd, the 2 worst point guards. Rondo is just, like, he's 6 foot tall. So, and to be honest, there's not that many terrible point guards. There's a lot of them that are a little bit undersized. Rondo is undersized and not a good shooter, which is why I have him in here. Even though he is a good defender, good passer, I still think Kemba's better because of his release and his badges. And I think Lillard's a little bit better. Jimmer's definitely better. Marbury's definitely better. And for Jason Kidd, I think his release is just so broken. Even though his stats are incredible, I don't think he is a great card at all in game, and is a card that I really don't like using. Then we have got James Harden and Allen Iverson for the 2 guard position. At the 2 guard, again, there's not many 2 weak ones. The only one that would have been debatable was Phil Chenier, who I had him in. Like, I could have had Iverson in over him, but he is 3 inches taller, has a better release, and I just think Iverson being 6 foot is the reason why he's in. Obviously, as I said there, Iverson's just too small. He gets shot over by most players in this game, and it's just unfortunate the small players aren't great. James Harden, stats-wise, a massive downgrade from what you'd expect. Not a good 3-ball, except he shoots really well from 3 for me, and he was the star of this team. I actually don't mind this James Harden card. It's just there's a lot of very good 2 guards. Same with the small forward position. Kawhi Leonard is a beast of a defender. The problem is that he's got 2 really bad stats. I can't remember what they are. He's got a really bad 3-ball of 70, which is not good at all. Good mid-range though. There's something else. Only a 60 steal as well. So even though he's got great defense and he's not the fastest either, so Kawhi is kind of just meh. His diamond is way, way better. And Jan Havlicek, even though he's got 5 Hall of Fame badges, he's only 6'5", playing at small forward position, and has a really slow release, so he's not going to get that shot off too much. But again, the only other one was Elgin Baylor that would have been in this kind of conversation. No way should Kevin Durant be in the worst small forwards, neither should George Gervin, and the rest of them, self-explanatory, are some of the best cards in the game. At the power forward position, again, this was where there wasn't that many weak power forwards that were pink diamonds. So we went with Dan Issel and LaMarcus Aldridge. Issel can shoot the ball okay, I guess. He's a 92 open shot 3. Not open shot mid, but his release is not the best in my opinion. It's weird, like I either hit everything with Issel or miss everything with Issel, and his release, even though I like that release in other cards, I just don't on Issel. And he's just, yeah, he's got a decent enough block rating. He's quite slow laterally. I don't think he's great. LaMarcus Aldridge has got no 3-ball at all, but he does have a good mid-range shot and a good block. However, I think Aldridge's diamond's better. In the center position, there's a few not great ones. Jokic isn't the best. Nate Thurmond isn't the best, but I went with Ben Wallace and Yusuf Nurkic. Wallace, self-explanatory, 6'9", 2 undersized, can't play offense, even though he's a great defender. There are way better defenders in the game because they are bigger, and height means a lot for defense. Nikola Jokic, so Yusuf Nurkic is 7 foot tall, not the best mid-range shot, no 3-ball whatsoever, and yeah, he's not fast at all either, not great lateral quickness, and is just okay kind of at everything else. So anyway, yep, this is the pink diamond team. Now let's get on to the highlights. So now we are onto the Ruby squad. So the Ruby squad, we're going to go, I know we spent a lot of time talking about why the Pink Diamonds were the worst. The Rubies is kind of self-explanatory. Michael Carter-Williams and Penny Hardaway, they are there for matchups more than anything else. You go to Ruby point guards, there's not a lot of big ones. Theus can't shoot the ball at all, and he's only an inch bigger than Michael Carter-Williams. And there are not that many great ones to use that aren't small. He can shoot the ball really well, he's got good layups, and he's got really nice ball control. He's got good dribble animations, great steal rating. Penny Hardaway's Penny Hardaway. And Mo Peterson is, everyone knows him, 6'9", so he's tall, he can guard a lot of people, he can contest shots, he can hit threes, he can speed boost with a coach, he can do pretty much everything you want. Eddie Jones, one of the best cards, one of the better cards in the game, by far the best, one of the best Rubies. Can shoot the mid, can shoot the three ball, can dunk really well, can speed boost, and is a lockdown defender. At the 3 position, we went with Gerald Wallace. This was a tough one. Like, 2 guard was tough as well because there was the likes of Reggie Lewis. 2 guards and 3, there's a lot of good ones. Gerald Wallace, a lockdown defender, can also shoot the ball relatively well, has a nice enough release. Unfortunately, can't speed boost, but you can't have everything in a card. Brent Barry, stats-wise, is one of the best Rubies we've ever seen. He's got a 96 open shot 3. He's also got a 90 driving dunk, can speed boost, and has got quite a nice release. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Hall of Fame badges like last year's Brent Barry, but again, you can't have everything. Power forward position, the GOAT, that is Thurl Bailey. Thurl Bailey, like, one of the most versatile cards in the game, and he's 6'11" with 88 lateral quickness. He is like the base 11 stopper in this game. It is crazy. He's also got an 83 shot finesse, which is not bad. He literally is one of the only guys that's a base 11 stopper. Good mid-range shot, great 3-ball, great release. Unfortunately, can't speed boost, doesn't have the high speed of ball, but he can play all 5 positions. Let's be real, he can play all 5 positions, he can guard all 5 positions, and is incredible. Porzingis is Porzingis, I don't need to say too much about him. Karl Anthony Towns, again, self-explanatory. Vlade Divac is there because he can shoot the ball and play in the post really well, and has got a decent shot block of 84. He's not the fastest, but again, you kind of can't have everything from a lot of Rubies, especially at the center position. Other Ruby centers that I would consider using are DeAndre Ayton, who I think is really good, but doesn't shoot the 3-ball well. DeMarcus Cousins is a good card. Yao Ming is 7'6", but I don't really like Yao for some reason. If you want a shooter, Vucevic is lights out. And I haven't used Mitchell Robinson, but I doubt he'll be too good. But yeah, this is it for the Ruby team. So anyway, now let's get on to the highlights. So the first category we're going to go on to is rebounding, and as you guys expect, the best rebounding team is this team right here. The worst Pink Diamond team is a far better rebounding team. I get it, they've a little bit of lack of height in Allen Iverson and Rajon Rondo, but LaMarcus Aldridge, Yusuf Nurkic, and Ben Wallace all clean up, and so does Dan Issel. Even though the Rubies are not the worst rebounding wise, Thurl Bailey's okay, we've got a bit of height, they just don't rebound the ball at the same rate as the Pink Diamonds because, to be fair, these guys can rebound quite well. Next up is defense, and this one is a weird one because I play a full court pressing defense, as you guys know, for the vast majority of games. And in the full court press, once we were in full court, I think that this lineup was better because Rondo is good at pressing the point guard, Kidd is a lockdown defender. If Iverson was guarding a guy dribbling the ball to the floor, he could do well. Harden, not the best defender, but Kawhi is locked down, Havlicek's locked down. Nurkic did well, and again, Ben Wallace in the full court press is great because he's fast, same with Dan Issel. But at the same time, in a half court setting, this lineup was better. It had more height, it defended shooters better, and this lineup was very difficult to score on. Every position was a good, solid enough defender, while it didn't have any Ben Wallace level like speed defenders or Kawhi Leonard level defenders. Everyone on this team's a solid defender. It had a lot more length than the other team. So in the half court, this Ruby team was a lot better than the Pink Diamond. So I'm going to have to say defense was a tie. Obviously, in the full court press, it was a lot easier with this team, but half court, this team was better. Now we are on to the offensive ones. First up is team offense, and obviously it's going to a team where all 5, it's pick your poison with these rubies. All 5 of these guys can shoot, all 5 of these guys except, well, all 10 of these guys except for Divac really can take it to the basket, can dunk on people. And while I didn't show too much in this game, I just dominated shooting threes. It's kind of pick your poison. They were covering the baskets, we were hitting threes. With this team here, it's going to be an awful lot of off-balling, guarding Ben Wallace, off-balling on Yusuf Nurkic. LaMarcus Aldridge couldn't really shoot the 3-ball. Kawhi can't really shoot the 3-ball. Rondo and Iverson aren't really a threat going to the basket. So it's pick your poison with these guys, and these guys have a lot of weaknesses on offense. So definitely the Rubies' better team offense. Shooting, even though it should have been a huge advantage for the Rubies, I thought it was close. If you guys watch the highlights of the Pink Diamond game, they shot the lights out. Most of these guys did. With the fact that Rondo's not a good shooter, Jason Kidd's release is terrible, and Nurkic can't shoot, neither can Ben Wallace, whereas you've got 10 guys who can all hit the open 3-ball. I've got to again give shooting to the Ruby team. Now we are on to star power. So the best players on the Pink Diamond team were the likes of James Harden. Really, James Harden was the only one who I felt on either team they could give the ball to and they could get me a bucket. This Ruby team worked extremely well, but they didn't have any just absolute stars. If I needed a quick bucket, I went to a pick and pop. I went into kind of passing the ball a little bit, whereas I could just go in to give the ball to Harden, you get ISO and score really well. Unbelievable 3-ball, great fadeaway jumper. So star power has to go to Harden, but at the same time, if I put in someone like a Reggie Lewis or a Bingo Smith, it might be a little bit different, but I still think Harden will be slightly over those guys. I think that very slightly, I take the Ruby team over the Pink Diamond team, but only very slightly. This Pink Diamond team was way better than I expected. I expect this to be a whitewash with the Rubies because I love using all of these cards and I'm not a big fan of these Pink Diamond cards. But with the team all playing together, I think only a very slight edge to the Rubies, which for you guys that are that know a lot about the game might be a little bit of a surprise that it was this close, and for the guys who are overall snobs, they probably thought that the Pink Diamonds would walk away with it. But no, I felt it was really close and the Rubies were just slightly better. So anyway, that's the video. This was just kind of an interesting video in my opinion because obviously I'm not sure it's something that's been done, and there are a lot of, for lack of a better word, overall snobs out there that take overall as everything, the be all and end all of how a player is in 2K, and this video is to show really that that's not the case. And then there's the opposite, that think bad Pink Diamond cards are useless, and that's not necessarily the case either. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.